I would self-sabotage whenever life would get good because I'm like, I can't be too happy because then the music's going to suck.
Atomic Souls Podcast.
Definitely. Like my first rap books, I feel like were more like journals,
Right.
if you'll call it. Like it was just more about writing what was going on inside in a way of like getting it out. And then it eventually kind of turned into like rhyming it. Because I started off writing like a lot of poetry. And then the music, I was around a lot of older people who were, they were rappers, like they were way older than I was, but they just, like they were influencing me, but a lot of them lived different lifestyles.
Sure.
So I kind of like saw it, but I was like, I don't know if that's not like the path for me. And like gangsters and all this shit, which like us, growing up, I got a little bit involved. I like dipped my toe, but I was like, yeah, this shit is not for me. Like after getting in trouble a couple of times, like, yeah, no. And I think my safe space was like diving into books and like escaping reality that I grew up in and I was surrounded by. And it allowed me to like just like expand my vocabulary where I had more words to play with in the music and be able to like, I always wanted to be able to clearly communicate like how I felt. Because they're like, if you're able to like, effectively communicate what's going on inside, then you'll get a lot further in life. I forgot exactly where I got that from, but it has carried me a long way. And the world of rap is just so, I don't know, it is like a journal. It is like just kind of expressing what's going on.
Right.
And whether that's external or whatever, internal. And for me, a lot more of it was internal. And I just was like, while drinking, I always kind of had that idea that pain makes for the best art, which like,
a lot of people do.
Yeah. So like I would self-sabotage whenever life would get good because I'm like, I can't be too happy because then the music's going to suck.
You can't write about happy stuff.
Yeah, like, it's lame. Like nobody's going to want to hear that. So and I think at a certain point it became like subconscious where I didn't know that I was doing it. I believed that. So I was like, I can't be happy because then I'm not going to go anywhere. All the artists that I saw growing up were like drug addicts or rapped about it. And like, that was like the thing. I was like, oh, so if I'm a great drug addict, I'll be a great artist.
Yeah.
Like that was just the thought. But like not knowing if you actually pay attention to the industry, a lot of them are not even in drugs and alcohol. Like some of them, it's just like, okay, this was, it's a facade or an image that people portray. But then you're the youth, you're eating it up, especially during your developmental years where you're like looking up to these people like, oh, well, he has a cup of promethazine. That's what I need to do in order to become like him and be on MTV.
Yeah.
Right.
And you start believing that. And like, meanwhile, they have like water in the cup or something. You have no
That's what we were just talking with Jordan about. Was that yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
And he was saying that that's one of the big impacts is, you have these artists that are targeting youth, and then on the side of that, you have products that are targeting youth with their branding and marketing.
Yeah.
And then you have addicts before they even get out of high school. And now you have lifetime clients or customers.
Yeah.
The issue is their lifetime only lasts another 10 or 15 years because of the impact that they've had.
Yeah.
Yeah. So by the time these people like get to their, like they haven't even hit puberty yet and they already have a full-blown addiction to something.
Right.
So it's, with my music, I've turned my journey into like a healing process. Like when it comes to my 12-step stuff, I honestly don't sponsor a lot. Like I've had some sponsees, but like we talked about earlier, I'm just more introverted, like by nature, but I also still wanted to find a way to be of service. And for me, it's been recovering out loud. It's been like sharing my journey because I've been able to connect with people through Instagram, strangers from like far places where they will DM me like, hey, I don't have anybody else to talk to, and I see you're like open with your journey for recovery. Can I talk to you about whatever? And like we'll have our discussions, and then I try to get to the bottom of like, all right, let's find some resources in your area, because like sometimes I'll be somewhere far where I'm like, I can't get to. There's nothing I can really do, but I could try to point you out to the resources.
Yeah, there's some great accountability that comes with that too, because like when you're speaking it and people are looking at you and thinking like of you in that way, you're like, oh shit, I got to keep this up.
Yeah, you're like, okay, yeah, it's not. No fucking around a lot because, like, which I still do. Like, you let your sense of humor, but like, go. But people could see that you're human. It's like I could be an example in that regard, where like, yeah, like I was in a place where I was in an apartment where the mattress was on the floor, everything was gone. I'm surrounded by like 99 bananas bottles and prescription pill bottles, to a place where I'm like able to show up for business and like get my brand name trademarked and like show up to work every day. Like I've held this job for like over 3 years, which that was not a thing before. I would always be ready to bounce from job to job because I knew like just like the relationships, I was eventually gonna destroy it or not show up or have my dad die 4 times so I could take time off. Like, oh yeah, he died again. He's like, wait, but he already died. Well, that was his partner. Okay, moving on.
You got it next time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of the concept that Rachel talks about a lot, though. With if you want to build self-esteem, then continuously do esteemable acts.
Yeah.
And so it's like
Action based.
if you're constantly doing things that get you fired or let go, then you start to believe like, oh, that's just the route that happens for me. That's who I am.
Right.
And when you start to transition that, even in little ways, you start to change the paradigm, what you think about yourself. Like,
Right.
I'm a good employee. I'm a good contributor. People want to keep me around.
Yeah.
And it really changes your whole outlook on life because it changes your perspective of yourself.
Right. Yeah. And that goes to say with like gratitude as well. Just like, start with being grateful for something small or something we consider small.
Right.
And you eventually are just like, shit, I actually woke up today despite what's going on in the world. Like I woke up, I can do some stuff and get some stuff done, regardless of whatever. And it is like you start looking in the mirror like, it goes from like hating the person you see in the mirror to like, oh, like I don't deserve like bullshit treatment. So you get to that point where like, I'm not going to tolerate like toxic relationships. Like, look, this is my boundary. You cross it, there are consequences for it.
Yeah.
That it is what it is versus like being a doormat and a people pleaser, which I definitely was. And the codependency went with family and friends as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a lot of that pours into my music as well, where I'm like, I talk about these different things. So like when people show up to my shows, it's like such a diverse crowd, which I love.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm just talking about life things.
Right. It's relatable to everybody.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, people have gone through addiction. They've gone through mental health. And whether it's drug addiction or just like the mental health aspect or just like getting better or like being able to show up and actually be a friend or like being manipulated and like having head games, like just across the board, like it's still my journal. That's how I make the music.
Yeah, I was watching an interview with Kevin Gates kind of talking about similar topic.
Yeah.
And 2 of my favorite quotes ever were from that one interview with Kevin Gates. His first one was, be where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. And his other one was, it's okay for you to stumble. It's okay for you to fall. Don't ever let a motherfucker see you quit.
That's it.
And I was like, that's awesome.
Kevin Gates as well, yeah. Shout out Kevin Gates. That's
Yeah. I mean, I think about those 2 quotes probably at least once or twice a day.
Yeah.
That's real.
That's good.
Yeah, because quitting is like, and I've seen like quite a few of his interviews and like I listen to his music as well. Dope artist.
He's really philosophical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some of his stuff gets out there a little wild.
Right, yeah.
He's like, I prayed for this car and it started. I'm like, I can't really vibe with that.
The
brother.
interview where
But
he
the
said he
other
put his
stuff's
hands-
cool.
Oh man, it's I'm grateful for it because now I'm in I feel like the pendulum has swung though from like being super people pleaser
Right.
to like almost like zero tolerance for bullshit.
Right.
Because I'm like, we talk about that being introverted where I'm like, she's more the extrovert. I'm like, she told me about this one time. She was like, you're like very nice and loving and kind to people, and then that attracts people, but then you want to be left alone.
Same.
Yeah.
Mike is the same way.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, we'll get home and I'm like, why the fuck do all these people keep talking to me?
He has like his phone blowing up.